Today I am getting ready to go sit in front of what I hope is a new relationship that I'm forming. I don't believe this one's going to turn into a client for me, but I had a C-level executive reach out from a local contracting company, and they asked for some help with managing their XMOD, their experience modification rating. And that's important because directly impacts what they're paying for workers' comp. And so he reached out, said, hey, can we talk about how we might be able to implement some things into my company, some systems, procedures, or just take a look at everything and see what we can do to control that, keep my costs down. Really, they're higher than they should be. So that's kind of the issue here. Every meeting doesn't necessarily result in a client or even an opportunity, but I see it as a way to just make a new relationship. You never know what you're going to get when you meet somebody, or if you can help them, that's always awesome. And if you can help them, people are usually more willing to, refer or give you a shot at working together. But really, at the end of the day, it's about just sharing the knowledge, because I know at the end of it, it's going to come back around one way or another. And if not, at least I help somebody. I generally enjoy the work I do. It's not for everybody. I would liken it more to what an accountant does. It's a lot of analysis, a lot of alone time, not much collaboration, but it's really valuable work in my opinion. Part of what I do. The other part is actually speaking with people, collaborating and whatnot. But my favorite part is getting to sit at my desk in my comfort zone and analyze things and maybe see things that other people aren't picking up on. Many people are educated, and when I say people, I mean C-level employees or management employees of a company. But a lot of them are educated on an XMOD and on the surface what it does for their company, whether it's positive or negative, or how it impacts them. But really, what I like to do is kind of dive into that number, because it's kind of like a credit score. You just see a number, right? But when you've gotten a credit score, there's a bunch of pages behind that just feeding into that credit score. And it's the same thing with an XMOD. There's a lot of data that goes into just spitting out that one number. And it's good to see all that information. Obviously, the simple way of saying it is if you have a lot of claims, your number is going to be higher than you want. But there are other things that can affect it. And it's really just diving in to see what you can do to manage it other than cutting down on claims. It's quite obvious and not always the easiest to do when you put it so plainly. But if you dive in and look at it on a detailed level, sometimes that can open your eyes to things you may not have seen before.